In this video, I'm going to explain to you how these fitness influencers have been lying to you. If you're honest with yourself, you've been following their advice, right? You've been doing the things that they do, following their programs, even buying their programs, and you still don't look the way that you want. You still look the same, bro. You've been wasting hours and years going to the gym, doing all this work for what? If you look the same, you've been wasting years of your time because your results are being sabotaged. All right. So we're going to talk about the truth about getting ripped. You see, after listening to all the BS advice that I'd see on the internet and I'd see all these fitness influencers talk about, it took me 10 years of trial and error, along with hiring several different expert fitness and nutrition coaches to finally understand what I was doing wrong. Guys, do you understand what it took me for me to finally understand what I was doing wrong? The same thing a lot of you guys are doing wrong. Right? So in this video, we're going to set the record straight. And I'm going to dispel a lot of the BS that you hear, which is why you aren't getting results. You know what I'm saying? You've been at this for years, bro. You've been stuck where you've been stuck for years. Einstein, the smartest motherfucker to ever walk planet Earth, said, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So if you're doing some of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video, this is the reason why you're not getting results. This is the reason why you're stuck at 20% body fat. You're not proud of yourself. You're unhappy. You're stuck at the same spot and you've lost faith in yourself. You probably think that you can't even get ripped, right? You probably think that you can't get abs, and then you think everybody else is taking steroids because you're not getting results. All right? I guarantee you that if you fix these 5 things that we're going to talk about, you're going to start getting results. All right? If you stop listening to these fitness influencers. And here's a little story time, bro, because this was me after 6 years of lifting and following the regular BS fitness advice on the internet. I look like blubber, like just soft. I look bloated, fat, high body fat percentage. I was right 21% body fat right here. And yeah, I did build some muscle on me, right? But point in fact, I was never confident enough to be able to take a picture with my shirt off. That's why this is the only picture I have of myself during these years, because I was self-conscious about the way I looked. I was never able to take off my shirt in the pool, in the beach, because I wasn't happy with the way I looked. I had a saggy titty. My stomach was pudgy. I was never ripped. And everybody knew I went to the gym. Everybody knew I was into fitness. But my results weren't speaking for themselves, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, because I was listening to these fitness influencers, right? I wasn't proud of the way I looked. So that's why this is like the only picture that I have. And fun fact, it took a breakup to literally motivate myself to say, you know what? I've been doing this fitness thing for years. My confidence is fucked up. I really want to look my absolute best. Let me start investing in coaches, right? Like I talked about. It took me 10 years of trial and error, and I hired like 4 different nutrition and diet coaches over the years, right? So this is what I had to do to finally stop making the mistakes that some of you guys are making, and we're going to talk about. So here's the proof that I know what I'm talking about. As you see, the before and afters, several befores and afters. So do I need to say anything else? There's the proof that I know what I'm talking about. So this is the truth about getting ripped. And these are the 5 biggest lies preventing you from getting ripped. And let's go into it, bro. Number 1, you don't need to track macros. Anybody, any fucking influencer that's telling you, oh, you just need to intermittent fast and you don't need to track your macros as long as you just eat meat or as long as you just eat within a certain window. They're selling you some fucking bullshit. They're selling you some fucking bullshit. I want to ask you one question. How has that been working out for you, bro? I know that you don't track your macros. I know that for a fact, right? And look at your stomach. Are you confident? Are you able to take your shirt off in a room full of women? No. So if you don't track your macros and that hasn't been working out for you, what makes you think that keep doing that is going to give you a different result, right? A lot of these influencers will tell you, like the guy I had in first page, Greg O'Gallagher, shout out to Kino Body. Right? He sells a lot of bullshit. He'll tell you, oh, you just need to eat within a 6-hour eating window and you don't need to track your macros. It's fine. Guys, I've been doing this for 10 years. Okay? I guarantee you that you don't track your macros, and I guarantee you that you look like shit and you don't have abs. I guarantee you. I bet $1 million. How am I able to look into my computer screen and predict your state and predict your life? How am I able to do that? Because it's common sense. You need to track your macros if you want to get ripped. Every single person that gets ripped does it by tracking their macros, period, point blank, right? So you need to track your macros if you want to get ripped. If you told me, bro, I want to save money, How are you going to save money if you don't know what you're spending and what you're making? What gets measured gets improved. You need to track your macros, whether you do it by getting a meal plan through a coach or you're doing it yourself. You need to track your macros if you want to get ripped. Anybody that tells you otherwise is selling you some bullshit just to make it sound easy and simple, when in reality, they're selling you lies, right? And that's reason number one why you're not getting ripped, because you're not tracking your macros, okay? Number two, just work out 3 times per week. And this has become a super common fad. Again, shout out to Grego Gallagher, Mr. Kino Body, because I'm about to go hard on him right now. Pause. Right? Because he has this little program called the Movie Star Program, where he's telling guys that they can look like him by training 3 days a week. By training 3 days a week. Guys, I talked about it before. I've been in this game for 10 years. I've never seen the first person to look like this from only training 3 days a week. Unless you have like God tier genetics. You're not going to look like this by training 3 times per week. That is super suboptimal. It's suboptimal because you're jacking up so much training volume in a single day. And so everything that you do after 30 minutes of the workout, you're half-assing it because you don't have the amount of energy required to put in 100% effort. So that leads to suboptimal training. It leads to suboptimal workouts. It leads to suboptimal muscle growth, and it leads to suboptimal results. Anybody who trains 3 times per week doesn't look like this. Does not look like this. I guarantee it. Matter of fact, I work with a lot of guys that come over from Kino Body's program to my program because they're unhappy with their results, right? And so when I start fixing their programming and all these things, they start making gains that they've never seen before. Because the truth is, if you want to train 3 times per week and you think that that's going to get you ripped, I'm sorry to break it to you, bro, but they're trying to sell you on some shit. They're trying to sell you on some shit. That is very suboptimal. And I'm going to have some guys watching this and be like, oh, but I train 3 times per week and I look great. Let me see some pictures, bro. Let me see some pictures. Because you might have some muscle on you, but I guarantee you, you're not ripped. For so many reasons, it's suboptimal. It's suboptimal because you're not stimulating your metabolism enough. You know what I'm saying? It's suboptimal because of so many different reasons. We can go into the science, right? We can go into the science. But bottom line, this is the second biggest lie that you're going to hear. Just work out 3 times per week and you're going to get ripped. That's like somebody telling you, yeah, bro, look, you can have $1 million business if you just work on your business 3 times per week. Do you actually believe that? Do you actually believe that? How can you get good at anything doing it 3 times per week? Just off common sense and logic. Just off common sense and logic, right? So this is biggest lie number 2. And I did it myself. I used to train 3 times per week myself. And it wasn't until I started increasing my frequency to 4 days, 5 days per week, ultimately ending in 6 days per week, where I saw the massive difference. Massive difference. The problem is a lot of you guys want minimal effort with maximum results. That doesn't work in life. It doesn't work in life. If you want minimal effort and maximum results, you're not going to go anywhere. Because that's just not reality, bro. If you want good results, you have to put in good effort. And 3 times per week is minimal fucking effort. All right? So that's number 2. Number 3 is having cheat meals. And this is very common because you'll see it on Instagram, on YouTube. You'll see all these guys fucking having these cheat meals and eating pizza and McDonald's and all these things. Bro, let me be honest with you. The reason your physique looks the way it does, the reason your body fat is so high, the reason you have a big stomach and you can't get rid of it, and you're unhappy with the way you look, you have low energy levels, you can't fix it, is because of these foods. So what makes you think that eating these foods is going to change the way you look? The reason you're where you're at is because of these fucking foods. The burgers, the fries, the sweets, the shit that you've been eating. That's why your body looks the way it does. So what makes you think that eating more of that is going to change your body? It's not. But in reality, bro, if you actually want to get ripped, here's the truth about getting ripped. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to sacrifice the habits that got you to where you're at. The habits that got you to where you're at are your shitty eating habits. Your addiction to eating garbage foods. So what makes you think that doing more of that is going to change your body, is going to change your outcome? If you want to change your body, change your outcome, change your habits. You need to let go of these foods and of these fucking cheat meals. I used to do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I used to eat healthy, relatively healthy, and work out and then have my cheat meals here and there, and I'd feel good about myself because, oh, I see this guy eating a burger and I see this guy eating a pizza, so he's ripped. That means I can do it too. Yeah, I can do it too. And that's why I like the way I did back here. That's why I look like that, because it didn't work. It didn't work. All right? I tried that for years. You can literally lose an entire week of progress. Let's say you've been eating correctly for a whole week and you have one cheat meal. That one cheat meal will set you back the entire week and waste an entire week of progress because it's going to put you over that caloric surplus. So that's why you're not making any progress, bro, because you're having these cheat meals just like I used to have them, thinking that because they do it and they're ripped, I can do it too. That's not how it works, bro. Okay? These foods got you looking the way that you do now. So you need to change and let go of those foods, of those habits. Okay? Biggest lie number 4. And this one's super common, bro. And I'm getting tired of hearing this. All right? This one's actually kind of funny. Just walk 10K steps per day. Guys, I've seen people walk 10K steps per day and gain weight. I've seen people walk 10K steps per day and lose weight. What does that mean? That means that walking 10K steps per day isn't the determining factor. It's not the determining factor. The idea that walking 10K steps per day is going to move the needle and it's going to get you ripped. I don't know where the fuck this idea came from. I seriously do not know where this idea came from, right? But it's simply not true. It's simply not true. Like I told you, I've seen guys walking 10K steps per day and they gain fucking weight. Why? Because they don't know what they're doing when it comes to their diet. Okay? You cannot outwalk a bad diet. If your diet is bad, a diet that's hurting your metabolism, that's hurting your ability to lose fat, that's hurting your ability to build muscle. I don't care how many steps you do per day. You're not going to look great. You're not going to get ripped. You're not going to get ripped. So this is line number 4. Just walk 10K steps per day. All right. This is not the solution for anything. Is it good to be active? Yes, it's great to be active. Is that the solution? No. How do I know? Because you're that watching this video right now. You've probably been walking 10K steps per day. And how's that working out for you? How's that working out for you? Are you ripped? Probably not, because you're watching this video, right? So what makes you think that doing more of that is going to work? Right? So this is myth number 4. Just walk 10K steps per day. Guys, I've seen people gain weight on 10K steps per day. I've seen people lose weight. It's not the determining factor. What determines your results, number 1 is your diet. Having the proper diet, okay? That's the most important thing. Now, last but not least, very common as well. You'll hear all these guys talk about just eat high protein. Yo, just eat high protein. Matter of fact, when I work with a lot of people, they always tell me, oh, I eat high protein, right? But then I see pictures of the way that they look. And they're skinny fat. They have a big stomach. They're 20, 30% body fat. And they've been stuck there for years. And only when we fix their diet are we able to actually get their body fat to start dropping, right? Oh, I just eat high protein. So I have Chipotle. And then I have some steak, and then I go to Panda Express and have a bunch of teriyaki chicken. Oh, eating high protein. Yeah, I used to do the same thing. Whenever I used to go out to eat with my family or friends, I used to think I was ripped because I was eating high protein, right? But you guys saw how I looked before. Fat and pudgy, despite going to the gym for 6-7 years. Eating high protein, guys. Like we talked about point number 1. If you're not tracking your fucking macros, I don't care how much protein you eat. I don't care how much teriyaki chicken you eat. Matter of fact, if you're eating Panda Express and Chipotle thinking that that's going to change your body fat percentage, it's going to get you ripped, you're out of your mind, bro. Right? Because you're doing that right now. And are you getting ripped? No. So why do you keep doing more of that, right? A lot of clients that come to work with me, they tell me, yeah, bro, I just eat a lot of Chipotle, Panda Express. I take a look at their pictures. They don't look great, right? 10 weeks later, they look great. Why? Because we fix the BS things that they're doing. Because they see everybody else doing it. These fitness influencers eating Chipotle, eating Panda Express. The only thing that matters is eating high protein. You don't need to track anything. Just eat within a certain eating window and you'll get ripped. Guys, anybody who's trying to make it sound super simple and easy that way, they're trying to sell you some shit. All right, you've been following all this advice and it's gotten you nowhere. It's gotten you nowhere. When are you going to realize, you know what? Whatever I've been doing up to this point hasn't been working. Right? I was under the same circumstances, bro. I would eat high protein. I'd eat fucking Panda Express and Chipotle, and I'd just eat more protein and have a lot of protein shakes. And I would do all these things. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? Obviously, I'm not doing this right because I'm not ripped. I've never seen my 6-pack before. I've never been confident enough to take my shirt off. So obviously, there's something that I don't know, right? And so I decided, you know what? I'm going to fix my situation. I hired a coach. Now, I'm not saying you have to hire a coach because I have a lot of free information on this channel available that you can put into practice, right? But either way, you got to change what you're doing because what you're doing is not working. So those were the 5 common myths that are preventing you from getting ripped. If you subscribe to any one of those 5 beliefs, I guarantee you that if you're watching this video, you're not ripped and you're probably been stuck where you're at for years. I guarantee it. All right. So take this as some genuine advice, as someone who's been in your shoes before, who's been stuck, who's followed these fucking BS advices. Okay. Start detaching yourself from the old habits. Start tracking your macros. Stop doing the minimal effort to get maximum results. Train more than 3 times per week. And stop thinking that just because you eat a lot of protein, you're going to get ripped. Look at the way you look, bro. It's not working out. There's more to it than that. All right. So that was the video. The 5 common myths, the truth about getting ripped, and how these fitness influencers are lying to you. Okay. If you found value, please like the video and stay tuned because we're going to come out with a lot more content. Southpaw Huncho. Thanks for watching the video. Peace.